Peace. Peace. That's a poo. It is a beautiful, beautiful morning. So glad that you are here with me so that we can begin this glorious, glorious day. In our system, this would be a day that would be directly connected to Kuti. So first we'd say Head, and then we would make sure that we would have the opportunity to greet in such a way as to make sure that they were showing their true face. And so, in showing their true faces, it would be a way that we would have the opportunity to meet with the essence of that person, particularly our friends. And a lot of times that got mistranslated. I'm just sharing that each time we get together, I want to get a little bit more of the culture, a little bit more of the practice as we get in, So it's like, well, you'll have questions like, Saban Poo, what's up with all this comedic stuff? You don't usually talk about it. We don't hear anything. It's just, kind of you throw a phrase or two out there, and it's just we just kind of passively get it. And that's a part of it. Because, again, we want to be able to share and enjoy. Similarly with the Taijiquan and the Qigong, there are terms that we use. I want to use the main language that folks are learning is English. I'm not here to conduct an English class, or rather a class in traditional Chinese or beginning Medunche. But I do want you to have an opportunity to know how these things interrelate, correlate, and how they work together. And so with that, this morning, we're going to get it all in so we can be sure that we can have some joy. This is a wondrous week. All right, this is the beginning for those of you on our fall equinox community fast. We're going to start tonight at sunset. So it's a very auspicious day. I'm looking forward to it, along with the Tai Chi Chuan, the Qigong, the yoga. We get into it multiple times a day. I'm excited. The other beautiful point is that this is a day of memory, a day of commemoration, a day of remembering why we're practicing self-defense arts, why we're working to keep ourselves safe, our families safe, and to find ways to maintain our health in dangerous situations. So that today is the anniversary of the 16th Street Missionary Baptist Church bombing in Birmingham, Alabama, in which the Klan murdered 4 little girls right after Sunday school, because that was a church where Black people organized so that they could enjoy the rights that everyone else in this country took for granted. So I want to, in my own way, just remember and dedicate this class in their memory, and of the one young woman who actually survived, who was a friend of theirs. And for us to remember that, although we train in self-defense, our work is not violent, particularly because it's self-defense. We defend ourselves against the violent. And in defending yourself against the violent, what we are doing is making things right. And in the process of making things right, don't let people try and confuse and relabel and reshape something as if now we're violent because we've made things right. That's not violence. Poverty imposed is violence. Okay. Redlining is violence. We need to be clear on what violence is so that as folks begin to make things right, we're not confused. And that's one of the greatest things that Tai Chi Chuan and Qigong is able to offer people, is the ability to discern clearly intent and actions, and to be able to meet them, to neutralize them, to redirect them and to maintain their space. Got it? I hope so. So now, real quick, we're going to go through just basically a quick adumbration for our session. We're going to get in. We're going to say what we got to say for us. We will then, well, that part obviously just ended. We're going to bow in, get our Asar Stance on, get to some Qigong, really, really, really get into the form, because I really want to see how folks have practiced over the weekend. And remember, because we're moving the legs, and we're more shifting the weight, but we have 2 steps where we move the legs in here. We want to remind folks, Asar Stance has got to be at 10 minutes. Otherwise, your legs are going to start feeling like they don't know where they want to be. And if you don't know where your legs are, you don't know where your feet are, what you're doing is a very slow, elaborate dance, not Tai Chi. Okay? So we got to be able to move with intention, put the feet in the proper places, put the body in the proper places, breathe appropriately, and that will then initiate the more conscious movement that allows the body to heal and protect itself. Got it? All right, let's get to it. Everybody find yourself a spot where you can stand and see yourself. Let me rephrase that. Sounding like Willy Wonka on this bad boy. We get to a place where you can see me while you're standing and get into the Wu Chi position, pyramid hands. So for us, let's get to it. And we got a nice orange sepia hue that I'm lit by thanks to the fires. So I want to thank everybody. Make sure everybody's staying safe in that instance. Pyramid hands. And we bow in. To all the African, Indian, Asian, Chinese, Native American, and Pacific Islander masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher. Pyramid hands. Shifting the weight to the right, stepping left, a little wider than shoulders width, heel first. Balance the weight, sit down, tuck the butt. Open the hands into Asar Stance position. See the legs, the roots of the tree, extending down into the earth. Torso is the tree trunk, arms are the branches, hands are the leaves. The head is lightly balanced on top of the spinal column. The thread of gold, holding it in place, extending into the heavens. We're going to do 16 breaths, utilizing the bellows breathing, breathing through the nose only. And let's begin. Get a little lower, 4 breaths. Pyramid hands. Shift the weight to the right, slide the left foot in, Wu Chi position. And shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. Wu Chi. Pyramid hands. And we start the Qigong, shift the weight to the right. Stepping up, out. A little wider than shoulders width. Sitting down on those legs, tucking the bottom. Holding a ball of golden light in each hand, holding the golden balls. Toes, knees, and hands all point the same direction. Rotating the hands into oneness for 2 breaths. Into the turtle. Out to the drawbridge, bending forward from the waist. Two breaths. Pointing the hands between the legs for 2 breaths. Into oneness. 2 breaths. Rabbit through the chute. Into oneness. And into elbows. into oneness. Right hand on top of left hand, palms up, thumbs touching. Rotate the left hand on top, palms facing. See a ball of golden white light like the sun in between the palms of the hands. Breathing into oneness. 2 breaths. Into the turtle, chin down, out to the drawbridge. Pointing the hands between the legs, 2 breaths. Into oneness. 2 breaths. Pyramid hands. Shift the weight. Into Wu Chi, 2 breaths. And shake it out, opposite hand, opposite way. Nice work, feet parallel, shoulders width. Bring your right hand up, left hand is here. Bottom is tucked. Here now, breathing in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Keep the right hand up, breathe in with the left hand up. Breathe out, both hands down. And the hands come here, 90-90. 2 breaths. Palms facing forward, 2 breaths. Extend the hands, interlace the fingers, palms outward. And we go right into stretching the hands to the heavens 8 times. Let's come down into the gathering. All right, last one. And then we go into swinging arms. Let them swing. All right, sinking down as we open the chest 5 times. All right, shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. All right, feet parallel, shoulders width. Right hand on top of left hand. Sit down, tuck the butt. Shift the weight to the right and turn. Exchange the hands, we wave hands like clouds. Last one. Bring it back to the front. Sun rises over the mountain and sun sets. Okay, we're going to ward off to the right and left 4 breaths. Shake it out. All right, feet parallel, shoulders width. 4 breaths to grasp the bird's tail. Sink down as you exhale. Stepping back, shake it out. Feet parallel, shoulders width. 4 breaths to roll the ball and roll back. And stepping back, rotate the foot, sun rises 2 times. Shake it out. Feet parallel, shoulders width. Going all the way through the roll back. Exhale as you sink down, sun rises. All the way through with the flow. All right, again, feet parallel, shoulders width. Sinking down and begin. Again. Sinking down. Again, feet parallel, shoulders width. Sinking down. Again. Feet parallel, shoulders width. Sinking down. Again, sinking down. Again, sinking down. Again, feet parallel, shoulders width, sinking down. Again, feet parallel, shoulders width, sinking down. All right. Feet parallel, shoulders width. Sun rises over the mountain, sun sets. 2 more. Shake it out. Opposite hand, opposite leg. Grab a seat and get to the breathing exercises, alternate nostrils. Give you a couple of breaths to get in place. Sitting tall. And take your right hand, thumb and index finger touching, palms up. Take your left hand, like so, block off the left nostril. Index finger, middle finger in the center forehead, thumb is blocking off the nostril, breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. Release. Switching hands, no breath. Breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. And release. Both hands, thumb and index finger touching, palms up on top of the knees, breathing in. Out. In. Out. Remember, we're doing the bellows breathing. In. Nostrils should be pulling out. In and out along with the belly. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. Chin down. And release. Ah, yes. What a wondrous and beautiful day to be breathing, to be 6 feet above ground, to be whole as opposed to cremated, to be transformed by the fire within, not the fire on the outside. It's time for our wisdom from the sages of the ages. All right, here we go. This is a goodie. If you want friendship to endure in the house that you enter, the house of a master, a brother, a sister, or a friend, then in whatever place you enter, beware of approaching the women there. Unhappy is the place where this is done. Unwelcome is the one who intrudes on them. 1,000 folks are turned away from their good because of a short moment that is like a dream. And then that moment is followed by death that comes from having known that dream. Anyone who encourages you to take advantage of the situation gives you poor advice. When you do it, your heart says no. If you are one who fails through the lust of women, then no affair of yours can prosper. The teachings of Ptah Hotep, the translation into English, rendering by our Sabah, Great Sanut, Asa Hilliard, Larry Williams, and Nia Damali. That's probably the best rendering into modern English. And then it's the oldest complete wisdom textbook, complete book on the planet, revised 3200 BCE.
Can you send that to us, that particular translation?
Say what?
Can you send the information about that particular translation to
Certainly.
us?
I'll put it here as well for folks that are at home watching, but here's what the title should look like. Get the author. Later on, you can pause it. It's okay, don't worry, I'll get it to you. For those of you on the live, I'll get it to you. For those of you that are at home viewing this at another time, another place, you can pause your screen and you can get at it. Okay, it's all right. So it's a wonderful book. You'll find many of the practices, whatever your spiritual practice, will reflect some of the same things coming out of there. That's one of the reasons why we have this time called the Wisdom from the Sages of the Ages, because wisdom does not belong to one culture, one people, one group. And in this section, we share the wisdom from primarily the global South, primarily the places where people have been told that they had no stories, they had no written languages, and we know that that's not true. And so we bring them to you here so that you may remember what you once knew. And with that, I'd like to have us prepare. We can bow out. We thank you. The information is available in our social media in the event you want to join us on this glorious fast for the fall equinox. Check it out. All the documents are not available. Just the guidance document and the food log are not available. You have to get those via email from me directly. So make sure that you do that, because otherwise you can do it yourself, but it always helps if you have a guide. And with that, I thank you. We have to give honor and respect to the ancestors for their support and wisdom. Without them, we would not be able to do what we do. And giving respect to the eternal witnesses of the earth and the sky, we say Ashe, and to one another. We say to all the masters that have gone before us, we bow, teacher to student, student to teacher. Atapu, peace unto you,
Atapu.
life, health, and strength. Ankh Uja Seneb. See you soon. Remember to take a pause for the 4 little girls who were martyred on this day in the course for freedom and justice in a country that promises freedom and justice to all. Atapu.